You guys are gonna learn best practices. You're gonna learn strategies. You're gonna learn all of these different things to help you stand out as a marketer. And I'm gonna tell you how to break all those rules. Okay, so I literally just got off an almost 6-hour flight. I've been up since 5 a.m., but we are officially here at Social Media Marketing World. Today it's Sunday, and I'm not technically speaking till tomorrow. And truthfully, I'm very surprised I'm not feeling more nervous than I am. I actually feel very prepared, very excited. Low-key, I was a little more nervous about missing my flight this morning because I had to wake up at the ass crack of dawn and literally leave my house at 5:30 and jump on a plane and make sure that I got here. That was more nerve-wracking than the thought of actually speaking tomorrow. Okay, so it's almost 4 o'clock California time, which means it's 7 o'clock my time. So I am absolutely fucking exhausted. So this is the first conference that I have been to in person in a very, very long time. And I forget how much energy you have to put out into the world when you are at these conferences. So I didn't speak today, but I went over to the convention center to check in. And in the speaker check-in process, like obviously everything went smooth, everything was great, but it's like you're navigating a new city. So like energy is used there. You're navigating like getting into your hotel room. They had to like hold my bags because the room wasn't ready. And like all these small little things where I am like clearly depleting my energy. And then I have to go into this conference space. And as cool as it is, and as great of an event as it is, I instantly walked in and I felt a little overwhelmed because, again, I haven't done this in such a long time. And then just mingling with people, meeting new people, people that recognize me, which was low-key really freaking cool. But you just got off of a very long travel day and I'm trying to give as much as I can. I'm only here for a couple of days and I want to make sure I'm connecting with people and making, great networking decisions as well. I'm meeting with different brands. I'm meeting with people in my audience. I'm meeting new people who have never heard of me before. So I always want to make that great first impression. For the longest time, if you've known me, I always thought I was extroverted. And maybe at one point I actually was extroverted, but I've realized that being alone on my own in my own space is truly where I recharge. Like that's my comfort zone. So when I've been pulled out of that and I haven't done something this high energy in a very, very long time, I am feeling very depleted. And I have a big, big day tomorrow. But I had to come back to the room to take a quick power nap because East Coast, West Coast time is really messing me up right now. So getting ready for a brand dinner. And girls, the girlies will get it. This lighting is always the freaking best because I'm so tired. You can probably see it in my eyes. Pacific Standard Time is kicking my ass. It's 6 o'clock here, which means it's my bedtime back home. So I gotta wake up and go mix and mingle and network. It's gonna be good. I'm just bitching for no reason. I'm just a little bit tired. All right, a little bit of a fit check. Going to a brand dinner. And to add to the fit, we've got my trusty denim jacket, which, funny story, I actually got this in a thrift store in Mexico City for my 30th birthday, and I literally do not travel without this thing. I don't care how basic it is, but it is vintage Levi's, vintage Levi. It's probably as old as I am, and she's a little crusty. She's lived a life, but I hope to have this jacket forever. It literally comes everywhere with me when I travel. It's like the best freaking jacket. And I am cold here in San Diego. I left Florida and it was pouring in like 87 degrees. And here it's beautiful, sunny, and bright, but it's like 60s, which for a Florida girl, that's a little cold. So here are my thoughts on business cards at conferences. I think they are a waste of time, money, energy. Most people just throw them away. And it's not like a really good way to connect with people, especially at a social media marketing conference. Like just carrying around a little piece of paper of the people that you've met to potentially email them, look them up. I just don't like it. So here is how I optimize, like still connecting with people instead of just saying, yeah, follow me on Instagram. So the first thing that I like to do is actually very quickly build out just like a Canva website. It doesn't have to be super pretty. It's gonna look a little weird when you're designing it on desktop because what we're doing is we're optimizing it for mobile. So you want to add like the main information on the left-hand side and then any additional information on the right-hand side. So the way that I optimized this web page for Social Media Marketing World specifically is I have my name and my picture big and bold up on top because I'm going to be meeting a lot of people that I have never met before or maybe have never connected with me online. So I want to have a really strong branded moment when they go and open this link. And then on the other side, I'm going to have all of my social accounts, my website, my email, everything linked there. And then typically if I'm going to a conference or an event or something like that, I like to give some kind of offer, whether it's pitching services, pitching my products, pitching my courses, or sometimes it's even just like, hey, here's a freebie. The thing with Social Media Marketing World is this is a like no pitch, no sell type of conference. So I can't get up on stage and like sell my stuff. And I want to carry that same theme throughout how I'm presenting myself at this conference. So if people want to come and find me, they can. So instead, what I'm actually doing at the bottom, instead of plugging a product or a freebie or something like that, I'm actually embedding the interview that got me on this stage, which is the podcast interview that I did with Mike, and he posted it on YouTube. So I literally just in Canva, you copy and paste the link over and it embeds it for you. That way people can get some more context of who I am, how it came to be, how I came to this conference and things like that. Now, once I've tweaked the design to make sure it looks good in a mobile type setting, I will go ahead and publish that Canva website. Now, I'm not going to go around like texting this link to people or telling them to type it into their URL. Instead, what I do is I create another Canva design. And it's just like a regular 9x16 design. You can grab like an Instagram story type of thing. But what I do is I take the URL from that Canva website and I create it as a QR code inside of Canva, then download it, and it becomes the background for my phone. And it's going to be like that for the whole event. So when I am connecting with someone, they can simply bring out their phone, take a little picture of the QR code, scan it right then and there, and now they have a fully accessible version of my digital business card. They can connect with me on the platform they want to connect with me on. They can see my website, they can see my email and things like that. So this is just one of those small little touch points that when I meet people, it makes the experience a little bit better instead of just handing them a piece of paper that I wasted my money on, that they are inevitably going to throw away.
Look at the person next to you and say, you are the algorithm.
You are the algorithm. Let's change it.
Okay. Point at your own chest and say, I am the algorithm.
11th or 12th row on your phone, not paying attention.
Prepare yourselves. Michael Stelzner!
So I'm here today with 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗕𝗥 doing a very quick, very fun video podcast interview. I love that. It's so amazing. Yes. Thank you so much for your time, and let's do a little wave. So a few hours before I actually get on stage, and I'm just reviewing notes, going over last little minute things. But I did attend the keynote session today that was led by Mike, who is the founder of this conference. And he was really talking a lot about how AI is not only going to impact us as marketers, but as small business owners.
Raise your hand if you use AI every single day inside of your work. Wow, that's a lot more hands than we had last year.
And whether you're scared of AI or not, or you think it's going to replace you, or it's going to take away your job, your career, insert whatever fear you have about AI, the fact is that the AI revolution is actually here. So it's a matter of if we want to be at the forefront of it and really develop the skills necessary to work with it, or if you're going to get left behind. And while we might not want to hear that, that is just the simple and true fact of the way that the digital world is moving. And especially as we're feeling very frustrated with social media in general, content creation in general, AI skills are in demand. So he brought up a really good point of what can we take from the past and what we learned about the exponential growth of social media? How can we apply those things that we learned to this new world of AI? This was very true for me when I got on TikTok and was one of the first adopters when they launched Instagram Reels. By being that big fish in a small pond, and being an early adopter, being an early user of the platform, you have an insane advantage that is going to help you in the long run. So even if you don't intend to use AI every single day, or you really don't like it, or there's some fear around it, it's still at least worth acknowledging that it's here and at least learning more about it. Because it's not that AI is going to take away every single little job. It's going to free up our time so that we can focus on the deeper work, the more impactful work. And that's how I've approached AI in the last year or so. And now I really want to dive even deeper into this. So I'm really excited for some of the AI sessions here. There's like a whole track full of AI-based content because it's here. And it's important that we adopt it. Otherwise, we are, unfortunately, going to be left behind.
You do one sentence on each side. Again, not a very common practice, but it's something that we can start implementing, start making these small changes. You could do text-only stories each day. My favorite is my actual best practice is I really don't ever do trends on Reels. Hardly ever. I have to really like it. I have to really enjoy it. I only do talking to camera videos.
That's hilarious.
I got that.
That's so.
People got like DJ pocket threes and stuff. I do everything.
There we go. All right, they've got more over there.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have a seizure.
So, do that rock cave, build the word world for this conference because
Okay, so I'm at the point of running on absolute fumes. I think it's like 1 a.m. my time, and I've been up since 5 a.m. So I'm a little depleted. Hair has clearly fallen. Makeup is almost non-existent at this point. Today was insane in the best way possible. So for me right now, biggest takeaway, this was the first time that I presented on this very specific workshop, keynote, whatever you want to call it. Initially, I pitched 3 different ideas for the talk that I wanted to give, 2 of which I consistently do when I speak. And this one was actually picked, and I had never spoken on it before. And it was really, really exciting. I felt really confident in it. I got up on stage and like the small little amount of nerves that I had went away almost completely. And I didn't know that I was going to be on the main stage literally until yesterday, which was super exciting. So while I wasn't like a keynote speaker, I was on the main stage, so the biggest room, not in one of like the smaller breakout rooms, which was low-key terrifying at first. And then I was like, no, this is actually really cool. And I already got some great feedback in person, online, lots of really thought-provoking questions of the attendees who came up to me afterwards. Overall, though, I think the biggest lesson I can take away from this, as much as I enjoyed the speaking, I am going to enjoy putting it on my resume, my speaker reel, all those things. It was the in-person connection that was so validating. A lot of the community building, I met people who I've been friends with online for years now. And it just felt like I've met them in person before, even though I haven't. Made some new connections, chatted a lot with brands. Like that part of the experience is something I've missed. I haven't done a conference this big or an event this big, probably since like pre-COVID times. Like it's literally been that long for me. I'm so used to doing stuff virtually or in smaller settings, more intimate settings. And as cool as it was, and as much as I've missed it, I don't know how to manage my energy levels. Like I'm feeling super, super depleted right now. So that's definitely something I'm going to work on for next time. But those are just my quick thoughts as I'm currently fighting delirium and sleep.